In this video we're going to be looking at the most controversial lesson when learning to drive, and that is steering and the different methods we can actually use when we're steering a car. So we're going to be talking about feeding the wheel, we're going to be talking about crossing our hands, and we're going to be talking about palming the steering wheel. Now, any of these three methods are acceptable when you're taking your driving test, but most instructors will always try and get you to feed the wheel first, because we have a little bit more control, there's a little bit more guidance when you're actually turning corners. So we're going to be having a look at how to do these methods, and what we do when we're feeding the wheel. We place our hands towards the top of the steering wheel in a 10 to 2 position. If we want to turn left, then what we do is we put our left hand at the top of the center of the wheel, and then we pull the wheel down with our hand, and as the hand goes down we drop the right hand so it meets at the bottom. When they meet at the bottom, we then use the right hand to push up, and then we follow with the left hand until it meets at the top again, and then we keep using that motion. When we run out of wheel, we start going back the opposite way to turn the wheels back to the center. So I'm going to keep on going now to the right. So right hand down now, left hand meets, left hand goes up, they meet, right hand goes down. Once the steering wheel runs out again, we're going to start turning it back, and then we bring the wheels back to the center. Now, there's probably going to be a couple of messages on this video where you shouldn't dry steer the car. It's acceptable in certain circumstances, and sometimes you need to do it. So if you're trying to get to a really tight space, you might want to steer the wheel first before you start moving the car. If you've got plenty of room, then you'll start moving the car and then steering the steering wheel. So the next method then is crossing your hands. So if we want to turn left, right hand crosses over, then you put your left hand at the top, and you keep swapping your hands over. Once you've run out, you can bring the wheels back. So going to the right now, I'm going to use my right hand, then my left hand, then my right hand, then my left hand. Bringing it back around, so the hands are only going at the top and the bottom of the wheel, and then back to center. So the last method then is palming the steering wheel. Now, a lot of people frown upon palming the steering wheel, but sometimes it's actually beneficial, especially when you're reversing. Some people like to put their left hand behind the seat so they can see right over their shoulder, and they just use the one hand and they just palm the steering wheel. Now, palming the steering wheel, less control again, but at really slow speeds, it's a really good method to actually use. So to palm the wheel, hand at the top of the wheel, and you just literally use the palm of your hand to turn the wheel. When it finishes, you just bring your hand back. Now, obviously, because you're not gripping the wheel in any way, you're only using the palm, there is a chance your hand could slip off that steering wheel. So it is frowned upon, but sometimes it is necessary. You might need to spin the wheel around really quick and then bring it back like that. So all three methods are advantageous for the circumstances which you're using in. If you've got limited motion to one of your arms, you may have an adaptation to the car where you can actually turn the wheel using a knob which has been attached to the steering wheel. So it's, in principle, it's the same thing as palming, but you do have some sort of grip to actually grip the wheel. So we're going to move away now, and we're going to have a look at how we use these different methods. So we're going to move away, and I will put a little link in the top here just to show what we do before we move away, because this is part 4 in the series of learning to drive now. So there will be a link to show what we do when we move away, and I'll also put a link then for how we actually move away using the controls of the car. So So a little look around, I'm going to move away. So the first method I'm going to be using is feeding the wheel, and we've got a junction at the end. This is classed as an open junction because you've got a good view of everything around you, so you can see that if there's anything coming. But because this is a car park, I'm going to go down into first gear just in case I miss anything. And I'm going to feed the wheel first to the left. So I'm feeding the wheel. As the car straightens up, I bring the wheel back, and then I continue to turn, and then I bring the wheel back. So I'll do it again at the next junction, and then I'll do a right turn just so you can see how it works with a right turn. So junction's coming up in front. So again, I'm going to drop it down into first gear, checking my right, checking my left. So left hand down, right hand up, left hand down, left up, right down, and then nice and straight. So this time we're going to be going right. I'm going to go left at this one and then keep going around until I get back to that junction. So I can't see past this van now, so although that was an open junction down there, this is now a closed junction because I can't see anything. There will be a video later on in the series explaining what open and closed junctions are. So I'm still feeding the wheel. And there's a nice smooth motion as you turn the wheel. So at the end of this road now, I'm going to be turning right. So I'm going to slow down for first gear again. And then I'm going to be turning right. So right hand to the top, pull down, push up, pull down, straighten the wheels out a bit, and then turn again for the bend. And what I'm going to do is just go around the block again just to show the right turn again. In fact, I'll stop at the end. I'll treat this like a junction. So right hand, come over to the left hand side of the road. I'm going to go straight back in the junction and bring the back out nice and smooth in a nice straight line. So the next method I'm going to be looking at now is crossing my hands. So I'm going to be going left at the end. So I'm still in first gear at the moment, so I don't need to change the gear. So this method will give you a slightly quicker way of turning. So don't forget, hands only touch the top of the wheel. I'm going to stop at the junction, get the wheel straight. Hands only touching the top of the wheel. And then you move away. So this time I'm going to turn right at the end of the road. So again, it's a closed junction, so I'm going to make sure I'm in first gear because I can't see on this van. And I'm going to cross my hands again. And then I'm going to take this next right. So any of these methods are acceptable on your driving test. The examiners won't mark anything to do with your steering unless you lose control of the steering. So if I was to go too wide or too shallow, they will mark the steering then because of the control, not because of the method. And then the last one I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be doing palming the steering wheel. And this is the one which is frowned upon. So I'm just going to go all the way to the end of this road. But again, you'll see that because of the way I'm controlling the car, there isn't an issue. So when you get your driving test, after you pass your driving test, any method is acceptable and is what you are comfortable with. So palming the wheel now. And then I'm going to go straight back into the left turn. And then move away. So this is actually a good method if you need to change gears quick as well. And I'll show you what I mean by that now. Because if you're feeding the steering wheel or you're crossing your hands, you haven't got time to go for the gear stick. So you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to palm it. I can keep my hand on the gear stick ready. And then as I pull out then, my hand's ready to change the gear. So I can change the gear straight away. So I've still got control of the car, the steering, and I've got control of the gears. So I hope this video has helped you understand what we need to do when we're steering on our driving test. Palming the wheel again. So any method is acceptable on the driving test, but the feeding of the wheel is the more preferred method because it gives you more control. But if you need to turn the wheel quick, feeding the wheel, you don't want to be sat there moving your arms around really quick. So hope this video has helped you and give you a better understanding of how to steer on your driving test and after your driving test. And if you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.